Welcome to the channel. You're Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. Many of you have suffered at the hands of family members of a partner that just did not like you or could not take to you, or just out and out were narcissistic. And to the applaud of the partner that you were with, they did try to make the relationship work, but they tried to make it work without resolve. And this unresolved, as soon as it was incepted or concepted, began a situation of trauma. Trauma that begins in the back of the mind, which is the questioning of one's conscience against the reason for unresolved. Why are you being abused? Why am I being abused? Why are these people not accepting me for who I am? And as soon as these family members oppose who you are, and the person that you're with is not bringing order to that situation, this is the point where PSTD, post-traumatic stress disorder, can begin in the back of your mind. Narcissistic trauma. Because you're questioning against your conscience how you can make this situation work against the deliberate assassination and vandalism of who you really are, based on the notion or delusional conclusion of a family member that just doesn't like you because you've got space in one of the other family members' life. This causes PSTD. Now, it doesn't matter how strong you are, how great you are, how tough you think you are. This will surface. This will undeniably surface in the back of your mind as the unresolved goes on. And for the life of me, to this day, I can't understand why these people just don't resolve the simplest of issues. Well, today, a friend of mine, when I was heading out to Hydrofoil in Gosford, come over and she said, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, all good. Yeah. And she said, I can't even go and visit my granddaughter because my boyfriend's daughter doesn't like me. Right? This is the mentality of it all. Well, I said, there must be a reason for it. She goes, nope. And when I go over there, she goes, she doesn't allow the granddaughter to call me grandma or nan. She makes her call me by my first name. And you know what? I said, just stop. This is the mentality of people today. Why isn't your son pulling this narcissistic female, venomous prospective daughter-in-law, grub, into line so that you and that child, see, this is child abuse as well, so that the child can enjoy its nan and grandma, right, who has every good intention for that child, against the narrow-mindedness of that wicked, evil daughter-in-law. Where's the backbone of that son? Well, he hasn't got one, has he? So that child will suffer the abuse of not having the respect of enjoying and knowing who a nan really is, at least at this point. Now, this is the same thing that happens when you're under the psychological assault and abuse of these people that decide by their own conclusions, and let's bring some of these conclusions to the surface. Let's start bringing some of these grubs to the light, because that's what they're going to be called, grubs. They've got no respect for themselves. Therefore, in the long run, they're going to have no respect for anybody else. And what gives them the right to label, emotionally vandalize, psychologically abuse and assault passive-aggressively people that have been invited into one of the family members' life for a relationship with every good intention, playing out every part that would be required of a person who comes decently into a relationship, to be labeled, right, as somebody that's not worthy to be known. It's time these grubs get called out and brought to the light. Because the people that are supposed to do it aren't doing it. And there's people that are getting involved with these people and they're ending up with PSTD because of the unresolved. Many of you people have PSTD and you don't realize it. It's because of the relationships you're in. Why isn't the person that you're with bringing order, right, and respect and resolve to the relationship they're having with you? Why aren't they doing that? Because they don't have the value that you have for them. And that's the first sign that you're with somebody that really doesn't care the way you do. And you have to have the courage to get out. Go through the pain. Go through the pain earlier rather than later. Because the longer you go, the deeper the PSTD gets. The more sore the mind becomes. And for all good intention and going through all the motions, it's really not going to help you if there is, at the end of it, no resolve. It'll take you months, maybe years to heal. They'll just go on with their bitter, twisted lives. They're living under a smoke screen, chameleonized lifestyle, and they're right through our communities, destroying people's mental health. You need to walk away. These people are dangerous. They don't know how to resolve. They don't know how to bring order to problems. The Bible calls them dead in their sins. They can only make things work for the things that are most important to them. It might be scoring drugs. They'll make it work. They'll resolve that issue. It might be coming home with the carton of beer at the end of the week. They'll make that work. They'll resolve that issue. Might be buying the carton of smokes. They'll make that work. They'll resolve that issue, but they won't resolve the person that's vandalizing who you are. You got to get out. Begin healing. Find a good counselor. Find a good therapist. Get away from that person. Cut them off. No contact. And they'll disappear anyway once they realize that you're onto their weakness. If there's children involved, just sort out the arrangements as quickly and as constructively as you can. Usually these people stuff everything up anyway. But post-traumatic stress disorder is rampant now. These dating sites are full of dangerous people. Don't go on them. Don't. If you do, good luck. Because you can come alongside these people You can offer them a good lifestyle, do the right thing by them, and it'll take one family member to stuff it all up. And I've seen it over and over again. And you'll end up with trauma, mind trauma. It's not because you're weak, it's just how it works. When your devotion and loyalty is trifled with, that's what happens. And these people end up with it too, but they seem to be used to it or something. I don't think they can comprehend what's going on. This is Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, Theologist, New South Wales, Australia. Bye for now.